Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi where you get the gist. I see they do it saying, I see they hearts. Of course you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking parts? Like, how do you want to get the gist? Acide hot. So guys, some of the housemates went for their diary session today, and we're going to be talking a bit about them and some of the drama that transpired with your sheep, the shiny sheep, today. So watch this video to the very end so you don't miss out on any gist at all. For Tjay diary session, it was nothing much. He spoke about the head of house and how opinionated she is, how she would love to bring idea all by herself and then want people to act on it, and he also did send out a shout out to his family and the wifey and their baby, how much he missed them, and then that he's not going anywhere yet, but when he comes out we cannot wait to see them. He also asked him about the radicals. He said those are his closest people in the house, one of the closest people in the house, that he was very cool with Mickey most especially, and he really do miss them so much. But the funny thing is that he said that he is closer to the radicals than to the Tammy pair, but it got to him more when the Tammy pair left, despite he is closer to the radicals. So what he's trying to say in essence is that it may seem as though he is getting used to this nomination thingy, that people will definitely go, because if not, he's supposed to feel more bad now that the radicals left than when the Tammy pair, whom he's less closer to, left the house. So at this point he said they just have to accept their fate, that in Biggie's house you get to you not see people you love anymore, and it is okay that they would see outside. And then for the HOH Onyeka feel like some people are giving her bombastic side eyes on her wins. She's been hearing some murmurings and whatnot. And she also noticed that yesterday when she was sitting on her chair gigantically, and she noticed the way Nelly was looking at her. Then she was thinking, what would be going through this girl's mind? Would she be thinking that I am a competition to her? She also said Nelly and Wanni was giving her a certain kind of eyes anyways after her win. She also spoke about how she's so happy that being in this house is a dream come true, and how her birthday is coming up, and how happy she feel like, that she's so happy to celebrate it in Biggie's house, and Biggie said he hopes they'll win this week wager, knowing that it's her birthday, so that her reign will be an enjoyable one. And Onyeka said she is literally trying her best to make sure that all of them say then go act tire. Now, talking about the HOH and not winning tax or whatnot, OC session was centered around their task, because Biggie had to ask them, when they came into the diary room, why do they think they failed more? It's been how many weeks and they failed more? I think they only won whether twice or thrice. I think it's twice, So Biggie asked OC why did he think it happens, and Biggie told OC the reason why it happens that way for them. And also, OC revealed how he's also close with the radicals. That also got to him that they had to leave that way, but they would definitely see outside, And OC also sent his own shout out to his family, his girl, his missus too. Then for Suj, oh my word, Suj, it may seem as though, okay, but for Suj is still kind of perturbed about how Biggie disqualified him during the HOH game yesterday. And then Biggie had to explain, though he cited an example to Biggie on how throwing a microchips like expo to someone in exam hall without catching it, and then you're actually being penalized for that. And Biggie had to explain properly for him to understand. Biggie said if you have to blame anyone, it is Nelly and Tofar, because they were there already and they know the consequences of their action, And then Suj was like, that is just the thing, Biggie, because they already know when I want to play a game and whatever, I'm always focused. I don't even listen to people talking behind me. So after that, he also revealed on Okay, when he finished with Biggie, yeah, he also reviewed on what was it called? He said Biggie, he is actually checking up on something that when he has verified it, he would also revert back to Biggie. And Biggie said, "What is that? You guys know Biggie love a proko like me." And then he's reviewed about Sean. He said, coming into this house, Sean was somebody he connected with. He thinks he has a bond with. But he doesn't want to assume things yet, but it may seem as though Sean is not the person whom he think he is. And Biggie asked why is that. He said, first off, during the smell of tax, that when he grabs whatever he grabs, Sean will collect it from him. The second one, the same thing. And he was the team leader, but he said he does not like partiality, but he was actually not acting according to what he's preaching. And then he also cited an example of what happened recently of Ebuka revealing about Nelly. So he feel like Sean is not a friend because Sean tend to use everything he had once discussed with him against him. He said when Nelly went to have that convo with Sean, Sean tend to turn everything around and said, oh, it was Suge who raised this topic and this was how it happened. So right now he's actually having a different mindset where Sean is that he must not gather friendship while leaving the house, but he was thinking he has made a friendship where Sean is, and it is quite disappointing to see. I got what he means though. He's this kind of person that actually carry friendship in mind, but the game is a game. Okay, for I think I'm gonna just give you guys some brief about Victoria and what's the name, Handy's own together, because their diary session was looking alike, and where it looked alike was the part where they both said the same thing about having conversation with people in the house. According to Victoria said making friendship is not really that thing you just rush in. You cannot see the aces having conversation with the Nelita and you go fix yourself in, or seeing them body weight twins having conversation with the Checkers and go fix yourself in. Exactly the same thing Handy said. These two people, they spoke as if they were twins today in the diary room. Handy said the same thing too about making connections in the house, that people already have their clique and you cannot just go in there and join. But I'm going to add a little from Victoria's own. Victoria complained about how she find it weird that Onyeka was saying that she had to go change skirts because of Ozzy, right? That they already discussed about it, but one thing she did not like is Onyeka calling her slow. Remember the magic power word or something that you want to get to know someone? I discussed that with you guys already earlier today, where I said, oh, Onyeka was calling Victoria slow, that if you, because of the drama they want to act, like when you talk about Victoria this season, what comes to mind for Onyeka said it's slow, like that. So Victoria told Biggie that is something she do not really like, that these housemates are trying to use joke and they'll be entering inside you, and how Ben is still saying the Shaktoria thingy, how it got to her too, so she actually complained in that regard to Biggie on how she does not find it funny with what Onyeka said. Okay, guys, for Kelly Ray's diary session, he actually reviewed that he's kind of having a symptom of fever, like he has been feeling feverish. He woke up with headache yesterday and the same thing today, so he spoke about the radical living and how he affected him because they nominated the radical and they left. And then he said that the reason behind that, he hoped the radicals will come out of the house and understand their reason for nominating them. You guys, do you remember their reason? Their reason was that they needed to put them because they feel like they are stronger than them. They needed to put people that feel like when they stand with them, they still have hope, and not having stronger pairs or people they see as that has a strong fan base to stand with them, you understand, and they will not stand a chance of, staying back. So that's their reason. It's actually strategic. I'm very sure Mickey and Femi would understand that, knowing fully well that it's their guy who puts them up. He just hope they understand anyways. And also he spoke about the untidiness in the house when it comes to them failing their wages. He cited an example of Victoria not washing her plates and how Suj did not carry out his assistant duty in the kitchen, and it was just Anita and Tofa who did that. So he feel like Biggie should not just be calling out the housemates only on microphone infringement, that Biggie should also call out the housemates who are actually doing some kind of things in the house, like actually being untidy, not carrying out the right thing or not doing the right thing in the kitchen. And Biggie said, how does kitchen duties concern him? Biggie said, if this complaint was coming from the head of house, I think I would have taken more serious. So what Biggie expected from Kelly Ray is to maybe send out that information to Onyeka so that Onyeka could tell Biggie. And that was it for Kelly Ray's diary session. Then for Nelly, baby girl, Nelly got into the diary room, spoke about how she wanted to lie. She doesn't know that Big Brother see everything about the Suge thingy. She said she wasn't speaking to Suge until Biggie now exposed her. She was like, "Ah, Biggie, how did you see all of this thingy?" And she told Biggie she's sorry, that she was trying to tell Suge to, burst the balloon, the what's called, the whatever, that was a mistake, that she's not going to do that again. And then she spoke about how henceforth she's going to be avoiding Sean, that she thought Sean was a friend, but now see what he did, on Sunday, something that happened since 2 weeks back, and how he tried to turn things around to make it look like Suji is at fault, that he is going to be avoiding Sean. And Big Brother asked her, do you know that this person is your guy's friend? How do you think that would affect your guy's relationship with this person that is Suge? And then Nelly said, guys are guys, guys know how to handle themselves, that she does not have any problem with Suge and Sean closeness, but for herself, it is either you're cool with me or you're not cool with me. There is no in between. So she's just gonna stay her day, let Sean day his day. And then finally she got so emotional. She also spoke about how she felt it like she's yet to digest this unpairing thingy with her pair, you understand, but at the same time they're trying to get used to it. And then she ended it emotionally as she revealed missing her mom. She said on a norms she speaks to her mom 5 times in a day, but right now this is the longest she has stayed without talking to her mom. She really hope mom sees okay. And Biggie had to, first off, when she complained about the thingy Sean they said about her hip and whatnot, Biggie had to hype her, tell her to always look herself in the mirror, that she's so adorable, and also told her how her mom would be so proud of her. That really got her so teary. She took out her time to cry her eyes out until she left the diary room. Big Brother, as usual, gave her a treat to tell the housemates on what happened to her eyes being maybe red, you understand? So that was that about diary session. Meanwhile, guys, wahala, Sean and Wanni had a disagreement again. The camera ensued on them arguing, but there's one thing I have noticed about this Sean. Why does he find it hard to say I'm sorry to his babe? Wanni said he scolded her as if she's a baby, that she doesn't like to be scolded. And then Sean is saying that Wanni said he's weird, that is actually a disrespect to him. Wanni is saying, oh, this calling somebody word is not a distress. It's not anything like being disrespectful. Sean, at the other hand, is saying, oh, more guys, it's just like this, like this. They're just having these arguments when they were cooking. And funny enough, when they were cooking, they were having a good conversation. Wanni was asking Sean about his high moments in the house. He said he's connecting with them first and the Super Commando win. They even spoke about how he got one of the games. Then Victoria has one game that actually made them win. They were just having a convo, on how partnership is like that your partner had to be there, at least there will be one thing missing, your partner should be able to play in, that kind of a thing. And then Wanni reviewed and said, I thought you and Victoria did shit during the lockdown, that as if they knack or something, because they had to stay together during the lockdown. And then Sean said he's a disciplined guy, he cannot do a thing like that. They were just having a fun convo. So Wanni was actually saying that about Victoria, because that's why initially she was feeling like Victoria was not cool with the Wanni and Sean relationship. That was the early weeks. Like the first 2 weeks, it was giving like, oh, Wanni was thinking Victoria was not cool. The reason behind that, she revealed that she was thinking maybe they have a thing to do at the hotel during the lockdown. So that was how they were. Afterwards, they started arguing this one. Oh, I don't know, maybe at a point, they went somewhere to stay and then had some conversation, because they were saying, oh, you said it in front of V, you said I'm weird in front of V, blah, 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 blah. They were still arguing this thing, guys, until they finished dishing food for the housemate. Then later on, Sean told her they should need to go trash this out and have conversation. Having the same conversation, it was still argument upon argument. You find your babe crying, you cannot even pause no matter what and say sorry, let that one end. But no, it's from one point to the other, arguments upon argument. Do you want to fight? Do you want to quarrel? Oh, no. That is not cool. Anyways, they've been dragging Sean on how he cannot apologize. Now they are putting it on the Edo people. They said Edo people don't know how to apologize. And then people were like, is Chinwe's guy Zion not an Edo guy? But he do apologize. That is a drama going on the social space. Meanwhile, guys, who else is watching this Indomie task? Like, what kind of task is this one? This is the most annoying task I have seen. Housemates hurting themselves, kicking themselves, like fighting themselves just for a game. Omo Biggie, with this game, you know, try you. See me, I was just shouting while they were playing this game. The way Ben was kicking Sean. Oh my God. I beg, the game is not funny. Biggie should not bring this kind of game again, or you know, jig at all. Biggie himself tired because what kind of game is this one? Any which ways, guys, me, I'm gonna be dropping my voice right here and now to see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.